Hey guys, so I stumbled on a nice little piece of internet today that actually involves the mainstream and our wonderful little sport that many people don't pay attention to, and that is weightlifting. So, in this video, Lolo Jones, an American sprinter, a really good one at that, she is elite by all measures. Right? She's been to multiple Olympic Games, summer and winter games. She's a record holder. This is an elite athlete, but her movements in this clean set are definitely less than elite. But I don't want to just make this video to try and just rip on her. I feel like there's something to be said, and there's a more important piece to this that I think needs to be pointed out. So, like I said, the technique on these cleans is definitely less than desirable. And if I was coaching, I definitely wouldn't allow someone to move like this. But let's actually read the caption that she wrote along with this video. It seems to me like she knew people were going to be triggered by it. Today was max out testing for Power Clean. Before you offer your coaching critique, we did this after a full sprint workout. Imagine trying to lift and you are dead ass. No excuse, get it done. Form ugly? Who cares? By any means necessary, work. And don't break a nail in the process. How it works. Basically, do as many power cleans as you can at a moderate heavy weight, and that determines your projected power clean max. I cleaned 198.4 pounds for 5 reps, and from these results, my projected max is 234 pounds. I weigh 135 pounds for reference. If any guys want a spot, I'm basically a dude in a female body. So, two main things I want to point out from this that stand out to me that are wrong. One is the fact that she says no excuse, but she ushers an excuse the line before. Full sprint workout. Imagine trying to lift and you are dead ass. No excuse, get it done. Well, you just gave the excuse, right? It doesn't work like that. Secondly, and what definitely doesn't work like that, is doing projected rep maxes off of power cleans. There is zero science, or any studies for that matter, that can project a rep max based off of a technical movement like the snatch or a clean or a jerk. And even in the power lifts, the rep maximums can get a little bit sketchy once you get past a certain amount of reps. Usually that's anywhere from 3, 4, or 5 reps. Once you get beyond that, it doesn't really matter. If you want to get a maximal weight, you have to lift the maximal weight. But to be honest with you guys, the internet is filled with crappy movement. Things like gym fuckery and, 0 for 6 lifting. They're going to have a constant stream of people moving poorly. This isn't really what this channel is about. And I just don't find it necessary or productive really to just shit on Lolo's movement here, especially because she is an incredible athlete. But the main purpose of this video is to point out that weightlifters, track and field participants, it doesn't matter what the sport is, a lot of elite athletes can succeed in spite of their technical flaws. And so the main thing that I tried to say in the You Are Not Klokov video is exactly that. In fact, I think I use that exact terminology. If you look at a tendency of an elite athlete and it happens to be against the fundamental way that it should be done, and you can use that as an excuse for moving poorly as well, that's not gonna cut it. And the reason for that is they're elite and you most likely aren't. So the idea is that you should continually be trying to improve, but you should use some sort of basis for your improvement rather than trying to find an excuse through elite movers. Will this have any negative effect on her training? Well, it could potentially. I mean, this doesn't seem safe. Power cleaning with straps catching really low. Say that she's not careful for a few reps and something bad happens. But it's likely that it will have no effect. And in my opinion, if she cleaned up her technique, it could only be positive, right? And it could also usher in another challenge for her to face. And eventually she could actually power clean 235 pounds. But even then, like I said, this is a case of an athlete succeeding in spite of some sort of flaw that they have. So Lolo obviously caught a lot of crap for this, and I mean a lot. And the weird thing about when you put your lift out there and you get very defensive immediately, it's almost like she knew that what she was doing wasn't right, but she was proud of her efforts. And if you are truly proud of your efforts, it wouldn't matter what anyone said about them. But to her, it did matter because she didn't get the validation across the board that she so desired. The best way for her to go about this is do it again, but clean up the technique. Or do it at a lighter weight and clean up the technique. You can learn a lesson from this, and you can get the validation that you want. It's the same thing when you work with a coach. The coach's job is to be there and give you honest opinions, not just validation. If someone moved like this in my gym, I would stop them in their tracks and say, hey, that sucks. I would offer ways for them to clean it up and fix it. And if they didn't do it, well, then I guess my coaching isn't necessary and everything's good. The second part of this is her response on her story.
Tonight was fun. This happens every time I post a weightlifting video, especially max outs, because people just don't understand. So you get all these people who work out in their garage or their home gyms or CrossFit, and they come on there and critique my form, and they don't realize that we're doing a 2-hour running workout before we go lift. So when we go in the weight room, our legs are like baby deers, like they're shaking, like you're just gassed, and then you have to like rev it up and like do maxes. And so this girl was just like, who cares about Olympic forms? I care. I was saying in my post, I said, who cares? You get the job done. Who cares when your form falls apart? Get the job done. She was so offended. She had all her little friends like try to troll me, and I was like, I don't have time to deal with this. So I just started blocking them. I deleted her comment. Like normally I would let the comment stand, but I'm just like, you guys, chill. This is the difference between runners and weightlifters. As a runner, if I see a runner break down in a race, if I see them break down in practice and they lose their technique, you know what I do? I cheer them on. Why? Because I know that they are emptying their whole gas tank to finish that workout. Why are people so worried about being perfect? Do you know how many people I've seen win the Olympics with bad form? They have literally crossed the finish line dragging one leg, but they win. Why? Because determination. So if you are more worried about being perfect and having perfect technique than you are about finishing a motherfucking hard workout, you are in the wrong job. I want to encourage you guys right now, stop trying to be perfect. You can win without being perfect. Some of my best races are when I messed up. When I broke the world championship record, I completely blew it. And then I came back strong. Determination will get you very far. Being perfect, not so much.
Now, there's quite a lot to her response, and there's a lot of flaws, but I think there's one thing to take away that's actually positive that she says, and that is to try and move and work without being perfect. So a lot of times there are people, they suffer from paralysis by analysis. Before they do something, they try to do it perfectly. I see this a lot in weightlifting, but I feel like that just doesn't fit into this particular case. Right? Like, this doesn't have anything to do with people wanting her to move perfectly, and it has everything to do with her seeking validation from very, very suboptimal movement. But that's all I have for you guys. That's my take. If you guys like this type of content, please let me know in the comments section. Also, I want to hear your opinions as well, so type that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching.